We have a very limited view of productivity. What do I mean by this? Well, I was listening to a podcast called Regenerative Spaces, and I'll link to it so you can take a full listen to everything that was said and shared. But the guest was talking about this idea that we make a to-do list, right, of everything that we want to accomplish for the day, the week, whatever it is, usually day. And we there's a certain satisfaction we get when we cross stuff off. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I love when that happens for me. You get this sense of accomplishment, right? But there's also all these intangibles that don't account for it, right? So let's say, I'm going about my day and a friend that's in need all of a sudden calls me and I spend an hour and a half on the phone with them and uplifting them and whatever else. Well, that wasn't on my to-do list. In the, societal aspect of everything, it's not very productive, but again, because our view of productivity is very limited, right? We just contain it within, this idea of money and success and this myopic prism of everything. But in fact, if you really zoom things out, that might be the most productive thing that you did that day. But we don't view it as such. And so we have to shift our mindset to allow for those moments and to rethink what productivity actually really is. Right? Heck, it's, what mothers, a lot of mothers have argued that, they have all these, I forget the exact term, but let's say silent jobs of helping raise kids and also, be the primary caretakers and so forth. We don't view that as quote unquote, productive within our normal society, and yet it's one of the more productive things, right? It doesn't add to the GDP in the traditional sense or whatever else. And yet, of course it does, right? One of my big things in life that I consider is that we are all interconnected and interwoven, and we lose sight of that often. And by thinking of productivity in this way, that helps expand and it aligns with that ideology, right? So, that's what I want to share with you because I found it very inspiring in that way, very, very eye-opening. And in fact, what I'd love to do is pose to you to comment or hit me up on social media at Svitek with, now that you may be thinking about this, like, how are you redefining what productivity means for you? Really spend some time considering, what was your definition of productivity and what could it expand to, right? To encompass all the things in life, whether or not, they are money earning or so forth, right? I'd love for you to do that, to share. It would be really wonderful. And as always, thank you for taking time to tune in. I truly appreciate you and hope to see you next time.